All right, good afternoon, everyone. Dropping a video, new tutorial series, and we'll call this. And we've been using TrendSpider quite often on the tutorials. For the most part, I dropped a link in the chat rooms the other day, in the alert room that you can get you can sign up for TrendSpider. Something that I'm definitely getting used to, and it's been pretty good so far. So let's start a new video this afternoon, and I'll talk about relative volume and how to set that up on TrendSpider. Now, over the last several tutorials, we've talked about accumulation distribution line. We've been using that. We've talked about RSI. We've talked about the EMA or moving average clouds using Ripsters. If you guys remember, it's right here. These are all very good tools. And I'm going to give you guys another indicator, and I'm going to do this as much as I can. Every week, we'll do a video together to kind of show you guys the variety of tools that you guys can use whenever setting up your charts. However, methods that you want to trade with, that's entirely up to you. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into what we call relative volume. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to indicators on the top, and right here, with manage indicators, you type in relative volume, and there you have it. You can go ahead and add that to your chart. So I'm going to remove that because I got two there. And what you do is there's several options here. So the first thing it's going to do is going to ask you for MA length. You can use the preset of 20 moving average, and you can use either EMA or SMA. I'm just going to choose SMA, leave the base at 1, and you can adjust the value, stroke, etc., and how it looks on your chart and choose different colors. So what the relative volume does, if I go ahead and click apply here, you see these spikes on the relative volume, and they're on the y-axis here. There's these numbers here. Okay, so whenever you see that, that means, let's say right here on this spike, what this means is that it had 9 or nearly 10 times more volume than the 20 simple moving average volume. All right. So if you see a big spike in whenever stocks are running up, obviously it's got a ton of volume, right? Whenever you're going for a swing trade, etc., you want to make sure the volume is there before jumping into the trade and jumping out when the volume is dying. So if we take a look at IRNT, we know that on October 28th, it traded 10x, nearly 10x of 20-day simple moving average volume. Okay. And you can see all these spikes coordinate with these big spikes in prices. Okay. Now, why did we exit? I exited IRNT this morning because we know that below this baseline, it is now trading today nearly below the 20-day simple moving average of volume. Okay, so there's a very low volume sell-off right now that's happening with IRNT, but I mean, it's not. I'm not going to go ahead and argue with the pricing, but it is what it is, and we exit it. But let's go and take a look at something interesting here. I'm going to go to Lucid, and you can see that during this day here on October 28th, we know we had a confirmed rise in price, right? When sometimes you get faked out by these low volume runners. Okay, sometimes the prices jack up, etc. People are slapping ass. But this is a very confirmed run here, right? I mean, Lucid was trading about 8.747 times the 20-day simple moving average volume. All right, but what we are noticing after these dips here. Okay, I know we dipped down to about $32 after this big spike over 41. You see that the volume is starting to come back above the regular trading volume of 20-day simple moving average. So therefore, I know we have a very nice price action today on Lucid. It went over to about $40 for a brief moment, and it pulled back some. So we'll see how that goes. And another way to use this too is you can actually use this on a 5-minute chart as well. So if you go down to the 5-minute chart, you want to day trade with relative volume. Well, we know that, hey, there's always going to be this big volume spike in the middle of in the beginning of the day, right? And then it kind of dies down. And then for now, right, even though there's increase in price here after this dump to $38 on a 5-minute chart, we know that the volume is starting to dry off as well. So, you know, you can use this as a way to get into day trades. Right here, the volume started coming back. Right here, you can see the spike in volume. So in a 5-minute, that means 25 minutes, right? 20 SMA periods, and it moved up over to what, $40.37. Now, if you were to, let's say, do quick swings in and out, you can see where the volume spikes as well. Let's go ahead and look at, let's say, Amazon this morning, right? Amazon this morning on a 2-hour chart, we had a huge spike in volume, all right? Nearly 4x, 4 times the volume, you know, from these periods. You can see there was a ton of volume, more than usual on the Amazon over the last couple of days, and over here as well back on October 15th. So this price spike here is definitely setting up for something nice potentially next week. Now on a 2-hour, you can obviously see that this is a bull flag, and it's possibly bull flag forming into next week. But the volume, of course, is drying up a little bit at this point on a 2-hour chart. If you go to the daily chart, we can see, look at these beautiful spikes on volume. Okay. So definitely a lot of great things happening with Amazon. So real quick, you can adjust once again, you can adjust the colors if you like, the opacity of the value stroke. You can, you know, just to keep it clean. I would say, you know, lower this down a little bit here, and let's just choose like something colorful, right? You can do orange if you like, and just press apply, and that looks pretty cool too, right? Okay, so that's a real quick tutorial. You guys can use relative volume to get into swings, and also use it for day trade on the 5-minute chart. I don't think this tool is available on Webull. Now, remember, relative volume is very different from volume by price. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you guys. Remember, the volume by price is where there's significant volume at a certain price range. This tells you the volume, relative volume over a 20-day simple moving average or a 20-day period. Okay, whenever stocks are running up, you need good SMA or a good relative volume to confirm that run. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and have a great